Hi guys, and welcome back to Momma Jess Knits. I'm Jess, coming to you from Virginia. It is February the 15th, 2020, and I can be found on Ravelry and Instagram as Momma Jess Knits. I have a Ravelry group. It is under Momma Jess Knits Podcast. I also have a Facebook group. It is under just Momma Jess Knits. Or you can email me at mommajessnknits@gmail.com. I hope you guys have been having a good week. We've been getting lots of rain, so it has caused my allergies to act up. So if I do sneeze during this video, I'm going to go ahead and apologize now. I have been sneezing pretty much on and off all day long. When it rains, it makes my mold allergies act up. So fortunately, there's not much I can do about it. I already take an allergy medicine every single day. Alright, I'm going to jump right in because I have a lot to show you guys today. So I'm going to start with finished objects. And I have, the ends are not woven in, but they're finished. They're done being knit. I have dishcloth number 5 in the Grandma's Favorite by PJ Allen. And the yarn is Hobby Lobby in the spunky color work. So now I have 2 of those. One with the ends woven in and one without. So that's dishcloth number 5. I then have dishcloth number 6, which I really like this one. I think it's kind of nice and bright and cheerful. This is also the Grandma's Favorite dishcloth, washcloth by PJ Allen. And this is in the Hobby Lobby in the Brights colorway. Sorry. But I did warn you it was coming. And then I have... I finished Avery's hat. This is the Barley Hat by TinCanKnits, and it is done in Malabrigo worsted in the shocking pink colorway. As you can see, it's got several different shades of pink. One of the pinks is like an orangish pink. I just realized she has already gotten something on here because I actually did let her wear this to school on Valentine's Day. I finished it Thursday night, so she got to wear it to school on Valentine's Day, which is perfect because, you know, it's pink. So she was super excited, and then, of course, immediately asked when I was going to make her dolls. I'm getting on it. So that is all I have for finished objects, but I do have a hoe. I have a half-finished object, which I just finished today. This is one of my Valentines socks made out of my Hippo for Valentines by Lolodidit. This is in her everyday sock base. So, I got one finished today. I think when I woke up this morning, I was right about here. Maybe here. But I was pretty determined to get at least one done today. And yes, I know I said it's Valentine's, and Valentine's Day has passed. I hope you guys all had a great Valentine's Day. But I'm going to put these in a box of socks for next year. I have decided that I'm going to try to do an entire box of socks made out of Lolodidit's hippo for the holidays. She has various different hippos colorways. And then she also has Yeti colorways, which I have one of those. But anyway, I'm going to try to do an entire 12 pairs. So a box of socks out of just Lolodidit. In the hippo for holidays or the Yeti colorways. So that is all I have for, sorry, I just got a text message. That's all I have for finished objects or half finished objects. So I'm going to move on to works in progress. I started my second, Valentines Sock. Literally, it just has like 3 rows done. So that's my first work in progress. And that of course is out of the Lolodidit hippo for Valentine's. Then I have my Scrappy Socks, which I am happy to report that I am on. There we go. I am actually just starting the heel of them, and I've decided that I'm going to do the heels and probably the heel turn, so the complete heel in purples. And then once I get started on the foot, I'm going to switch the color. I just figured it would be better to just do the heel all in one color and not have to worry about tying on, because as you can see, last time I had one come untied, and now I've got to weave that in and make sure it's really good and tight in there. And I am taking the scraps that I have from my Knit Picks Felici yarn, and I'm just kind of making my own stripes for my little scrappy striped socks. I'm pretty happy with them. I do know that the next color, I believe, is going to be green, I think. And then I'm thinking maybe pink and then blue. I haven't completely decided yet, but I do know that the next color is going to be green. I have decided on that. So, that is that. And then I did manage to get a little bit done on my test knit hat that I'm test knitting for Comfort Zone Knits, which unfortunately is already out because, like I said, I flaked on it, forgot that I had it. I'm not sure if I mentioned in the last podcast or if it happened after that podcast. I think it happened after that podcast. Bear had run out of the house, and I was trying to grab his collar to stop him, and I ended up straining these two. I smashed this, my pinky, and then I ended up, I guess, pulling something in these 2 fingers, so it kind of hurt to do like that, so it made it really hard to knit. I had to take a couple days break on knitting, and even this morning I noticed that they're still a little tender to bend, but once I bend them and I get started knitting, then they're fine. It's just like whenever I just first get started, that initial pain right through my knuckles starts back up. And then this week, unfortunately, he got this thumb, or this pinky rather. He doesn't mean to hurt, but he does hurt. He's still a pup, so I have to forgive him and just continue to work with him on training on the leash and stuff, and work on him to try to get him to not run out of the house just because the front door is open, or to open the front glass door and go. Anyway, this is my test knit hat. I've only gotten a few more rows done on it, but you can see that the pattern is starting. So And unfortunately, not unfortunately for her, but unfortunately for me, because I really wanted to have this test knit done, she has published the pattern. So the pattern is out. I'm so sorry, I could not think of what the name of the hat is. I will look it up and I will post it on the screen below. Anyway, I am doing this in Malabrigo Rios in the Lotus colorway. Oh, see there, you can see the pattern starting really well. Anyway, I'm at a point in the pattern where I had to stop because it was a new to me stitch that was going to be coming up in the next row, and it's something I've got to be able to sit down without the kids running around and really concentrate on, because it's a new to me stitch. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to have to look up her tutorial and go from there. But once I get past that row and I'm actually able to sit down and do that, I think I'll be able to kind of move along pretty quickly on that. Let's see here. My next work in progress. I'm sorry for all the crinkling. It has gotten buried. It's got buried in here. It is my Scrappy memory blanket. And I based this blanket on the memory blanket by Georgie Nicolson. And I've gotten a couple more rows or a couple more blocks done. I can't remember exactly what I had done last. I think I have actually only added this square, which was the frog prints from Knit Picks. This square, which is actually some of my hippo for Valentine's Day. I think I mentioned it on my last podcast. I had to rip out a sock, and then I decided to re-knit up that yarn. Well, this is the yarn that part of the yarn I ripped out from that other sock that I had started. And the pattern just wasn't working for me. And then I think this wasn't here before, and maybe these two. I can't remember for sure. This is another Lolodidit in her, I want to say either Lucky or Shamrock. I got that to do some St. Patrick's Day socks last year. And it actually matches this square. But yeah. So I don't have a lot of squares. I got to the end of this and I've got to tie on some more. 'Cause that's all I have, and I have a few more rows to go on that one. And then I can add some more to it later. And then I finally started your Sox Lane. Aren't you excited? I actually wanted to have them further along than they are, but life happens. So, these are the start of your Sox Lane. You'll have to tell me what you think. These are done out of the Cascade yarn. Oh, here we go. Cascade yarn in the Heritage prints. And the colorway is 21. When I saw this yarn, I immediately thought of you, because I know you said that you wanted green and blue in your socks. So we've got some green, a little bluish green, and then blue. So I hope you like them. I'll get them to you sooner or later. But they are started. So, no more excuses. They're on the needles. Just get to work on them here and there. And those are being kept in my ginger snap that bag. My little hedgehogs. Love my little hedgehogs. Let's see. Oh. This is a really small work in progress, but oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, you guys. I got everything just kind of stuffed in here. So this is wash/dishcloth number 7. Barely have it started, but it is started. And that is also in the Grandma's Favorite by PJ Allen. And the yarn is Hobby Lobby Deep Teal. Love this yarn, you guys. I mean, it's like so silky, so smooth. It's great. So there's that. And then I have actually, for my Alicia Plummer knit, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned on my past couple podcasts, at least the last one for sure, that I plan on knitting. I'm going to do a year of Alicia Plummer, and I'm planning on knitting on, at least starting, a new project by her every month. Trying to build my hand knit wardrobe, because I honestly have a hat that I wear often, a cowl that I wear often, and a shawl that I wear, and everything else is just being housed in a bin, or my kids have taken over it, which I love that they love hand knit items, but sometimes I would like to keep some of the stuff I knit. I often give away stuff too, so make things for friends and things like that. But this is this month's Alicia Plummer knit. And this is the covered shawl, and actually it's going to go like this. It's a gorgeous shawl. I've made one before. But it is called Covered by Alicia Plummer, and it is really getting blown out because it's more like this color right here. That's true to color. I am making that in Berroco Vintage in the pumpkin colorway. And so far, this is the first skein, and I still have a good chunk of it left. I think the other one I made, I only used 2 or a little over 2 skeins. I believe a little over 2 skeins to make, and I made that one in a wine color, and I think that's in like my second or third video maybe, because I did make that quite a while ago, but I love it. I love the shawl. It's a great pattern, easy to follow. It's not a pattern that you get bored with, but it's also not one that you have to, it's not one that you couldn't watch TV and do, or that you couldn't, listen to an audiobook and do. So yeah, it's a great catch up on podcast or listen to an audiobook kind of project. And I think I've actually shown that one before, and I did 4 rows on it last night, I think. So I just picked it back up and started working on it, but Sorry about that. I have heard all kinds of people talking about Tuft Woolens. So I wanted to give them a try. I can't remember if I showed you guys this or not. I don't think I did. So I got a bar of their wool wash and the chai spice, and let me tell you, it smells amazing. Also got some lanolin rich hand and body balm, which I have already used a couple times, and it smells amazing. Wish you guys had smell-o-vision, because this stuff is amazing. So that was one purchase. Sorry, there's going to be, I should have warned you guys, there's going to be lots of crinkling in this video. So I mentioned before that I want to start trying new dyers, so that I can knit with their yarn and advertise for them and, just find new dyers. Maybe some not super well-known dyers. So, this gorgeousness, which I don't think I've shown this yet, is by Organized Chaos Yarns. She's on Facebook and Instagram. This is fingering weight, 75% merino wool, 25% nylon. It's 459 yards. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to make myself a pair of socks out of this. And I've got some hot pink that I'm going to use for the heels and toes. And then I'm going to make my daughter Avery some matching socks out of it, because she is actually the one who picked this colorway, because I had it narrowed down to 2 and she picked this one. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? Bright, speckly. Just makes me happy. So, that is another purchase. Okay. Start putting some of this back in this bag. Hue Loco. I'm sure some of you all know that name. She is an indie dyer, and she dyes gorgeous yarns, but she has a backyard chicken collection. And I have eyeballed several of her sets that she has, and I decided to look the other day and ran across this gorgeousness. And it comes with a big skein of yarn and two minis. So you can pick, you know, if you do socks, you can pick which ones you want for heels and toes. And this is, I'm not going to say that rooster name correctly, but there you go. Is that not gorgeous or what? I haven't taken it out of the bag, because I knew if I took it out of the bag, I would skein it up and immediately start knitting with it. And I wanted to show it to you guys first. But just gorgeous. And I heard about her from the Grocery Girls. They have a couple of, or at least one of the backyard chicken collections, and they're just gorgeous. So then one day at lunch, I'm scrolling through Instagram, and this person's not a new to me dyer. I have ordered from her at least 3 other times, maybe more. But every time I have seen this colorway, sorry, I'm just going to do it real fast. Every time I've seen this colorway, it has gone really fast. So I'm at lunch and I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see that she has a few of these in her shop. So I immediately bought it. Artistic Lilly. And this colorway is called Sweater, Boots, and Bonfire. Bonfires. Yeah. Sorry. Once again, crinkling. But is that not absolutely gorgeous? So, I'm either going to make a one skein shawl with this, or I have thought about trying to catch another one of her sets of this if she dies more, which I need to check with her. And making my Find Your Fade out of this, because I think that would be gorgeous. Anyway, Artistic Lilly. And she was on Etsy, but now she has her own online store. And I believe it is, yeah, it's artisticlily.com. And I'll try to put that information down below. And she does some sock sets. I've gotten some Game of Thrones themed yarns from her. I got one of her other sock sets, Coffee Talk, I think it was what it was called, or Coffee Time, one of the two. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous yarns, soft, beautiful. Love them. I will definitely continue to buy from her. Okay, I got one more thing to show you. One more package, not one more thing of yarn. So, I'll start with this one. Continuing on with my hippo for the holidays, I ordered some hippo for Hanukkah. And no, I'm not Jewish, but I just love the colors in it. This is what I'm going to do the heels and toes in, I believe. And then this purple I got to do, to go with another, I think it's hippo for Easter, maybe. But yeah. So that's one. And this next one I absolutely had to have. As soon as I saw the name of it, I had to have it. I don't know how many of you all watched Downton Abbey when it was on TV, or have seen the movie, but in the movie there is a line that Violet says that says, I won't dislike it, I'll lick the stamps myself. And she's offering to send correspondence between Branson and his new love interest. So this set, the sock set, is called I'll Lick the Stamps. Is that not pure gorgeousness? Actually, I'm going to take it out. I mean, just beautiful. It has taken every ounce of willpower I have not to go ahead and skein this up and start knitting. So this will be the body of the sock. This will be the heels and toes. So it's going to be gorgeous. I love Downton Abbey. I love the show. I loved the movie. Actually, I have it in there to watch as soon as I'm done with podcasting, and while I'm editing. I rented it from Redbox. I'll probably end up buying it, to be honest. But I had a birthday rental, so I got that and the movie Harriet, because I've been wanting to see Harriet. So that's what I'm going to do tonight or tomorrow. I've been up since 5 a.m. Guys, I don't know what's going on with my body. I keep waking up at 5, sometimes earlier, and can't get back to sleep. And then I go to work and have a emotionally draining or sometimes just a long day. I've got a lot going on just personally that I won't go into on here. But I am just exhausted. 9 out of 10 days. Or 6 out of 7 days of the week. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it, and I'm not going to continue on with it. So that is everything that I have gotten in the mail in the last week or two. Everything I've been working on, planning on working on. I do have 2 other orders coming in. So once I get those in, I'll show you what those are too. More gorgeous yarn. One is a company I've never ordered from before, and one is a company I have ordered from before. But they have like a Harry Potter line that I really love. And I made some socks out of it last year and actually ended up selling those. So I'm going to make me another pair out of the leftover yarn and add yarn to it for the heels and toes. That way I make sure I have enough. And then I have, and those are Hermione colorway. And then I have a McGonagall colorway. And I ordered a Dobby colorway. So I'm looking forward to it. I have only read one of the Harry Potter books, but I have seen all of the movies. I will read more of the Harry Potter books. Speaking of reading, I'm so far behind on my reading challenges. If you guys knew me in person, you would know that before I fell in love with knitting, I was a reading-aholic. I own over 1,000 books. I check out books from the library all the time. I check out audiobooks that I download onto my iPad and listen to. I've done Audible before and all that good stuff. But since the last year, I really slacked bad. This year, I made a goal to read 52 books, and I have not finished a single one yet. And we are a month and a half into the new year. So I've been listening to a few audiobooks. I'm hoping to finish one of them this weekend. I've got a book on my nightstand. I have books everywhere. Anyway, I really want to get back into reading. If you've got any good recommendations, books that you think I absolutely must read. I love pretty much everything except for sci-fi. Harry Potter is about as far as I go sci-fi-ish. I've read a couple of vampire series. I'm mostly into like cozy mysteries. I like Christian fiction. I read a lot of James Patterson, Shelley Shepherd Gray, Beverly Lewis, Hildebrand, trying to think of who else. And my mind is just... Oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. Anyway, I like mysteries. I like Christian fiction. Not a huge romance fan, because that crap's not real. Anyway, once again, I am just rambling. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. A great President's Day if you're off. Thankfully I am. Happy crafting. And I will see you guys in about a week.